Morning, folks. I didn't make it up to the bobcat spot yesterday, so I'm trying it today. My four-wheel drive shifter is in and seems to be working. I hope. Find out here right away. But I didn't bring any traps today. I'm just kind of going on a quick drive and scouting mission to see if there's any tracks there or not. I had him on my trail camera. Boy, I'm thinking probably around July. So he might not even be there anymore. But I don't know that much about bobcats. I don't think they travel that far. I think they have a pretty good home range, but I think they generally come back to the same spot. But I might be wrong about that. I really don't know. I'm horribly allergic to cats. So I don't trap for bobcats usually. But until I find some wolf tracks, those look like hounds. Until I find some wolf tracks, I might as well put out some bobcat traps. That and I want to put out a few beaver too. The ponds are iced up now and it makes it a little bit tough. Look at that view. Sure is pretty. This is where I drove off the mountain a few years ago with my snow dog and down into that, down there. That wasn't fun. Anyway, the ponds, beaver ponds are probably froze up by now. I'm sure they gotta be. And trapping through the ice is a little bit dangerous and it's a lot of work, but it is kind of fun. And I want to get over there and do that. I haven't for years. But beaver prices aren't really selling for much. If I can string some other traps along the way. I looked it up and forgot what I read now, but I think the pine marten are over at the end of January, so there's a little bit of time. So anyway, that's the plan. Just past the spot where the bobcat was. Decided as long as I'm out here and going up the hill, let the heater in the truck warm up a little bit more, and I'll go up and check where I got that wolf last year. Little Benny right there. Oops, he ran down the cattle guard. Anyway, go up to where that wolf was last year and see if anything's been through there. It hasn't snowed in a few days, not any real amount anyway. Check and see if there's any tracks. I'd really like to find another wolf. The rest of these things, bobcats are paying pretty good, but the rest of them, I'd just soon leave them on the mountain for the prices they're offering. I like having these critters around. The coyotes, there's a spot up here. I've done pretty good calling coyotes in the past, and they're not looking all that great as far as price goes. And here it is, almost Christmas, so the fur quality will be going down. But I got that really nice predator call that Al from Al's Outdoors made me. I've been wanting to get out and try calling coyote with it. That'd be a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to do that here in a few days for sure, but I don't know. Seems like I make these big plans and then something happens and they fall through. This Christmas stuff, you know, I enjoy Christmas, but once it's over, I'll have a little bit more time to do some stuff, I think. Kind of hectic until then. Pretty darn wintry up here. About half of that white on the trees is frost and not snow. The air's been really damp. It's been cold. The little weather station thing we got says there's 81% humidity yesterday. It wasn't really temperature-wise. It wasn't really that cold, mid-20s, but and it felt cold. Foggy day like this make it kind of hard to call coyotes or anything anyway. One thing about it, if you did see one, he'd be close. And just like that, got above the fog. Pretty day up here, nice and blue, sunshine. 100 yards behind me, it's just gray, can't see a thing. What a difference. Lots of rabbit tracks. So far I'm not seeing anything else though. This is the spot where I caught the wolf last year in that snare. He's the only one I've snared so far. Season is open for the snares now. I should put some out. But the thing is, there's no tracks here. Rabbit tracks. And that's it. It was right here where this little red ribbon is. I think I kind of messed myself up here. I mean, the whole goal is to catch them, of course, but catching those 4 right away the way I did, and then finding out that that other fella, he caught the other 3 I was after. I think we kind of wiped them out in this area for this year. So that kind of messes me up some. I gotta find a new spot now. I don't see anything right here. Let's see, my bait pile last year. Yeah, let's see how it's easiest way to get there. It's over in there. Yeah, I'll have to turn this off. Deer rib cage. This is where I had my bait pile last year. There's probably, I would think, a little bit of smell still here. It's a year old, but bones and things kind of linger somewhat. Those there are beaver bones, but I don't see any tracks, rabbit tracks. I don't even see any fox. pretty up here. It's pretty lonely too. There's no wildlife really much at all. I don't see any deer tracks even, just rabbits. I guess maybe the thing to do would be to get in the truck and drive and look for some tracks, stop here and there, do a little bit of calling for coyotes and wolves. See if I can't find some tracks someplace and go from there. You can't just set traps out just anywhere. Not for wolves, it doesn't work. You really need to figure out where they've been and where they're going to be. Otherwise, you're just pretty much wasting your time. You might get lucky and have one stumble onto it, but chances are pretty small, really. You really have to find some sign. I'm not seeing any, at least not right now. You know, that's the other thing. With wolves, not finding tracks really doesn't mean a lot. You know, they could be here every 2, maybe 3 weeks. They come through. So this might be one of those spots where they will be, but until you know that for sure, man, it's hard. You really just can't waste your time hoping they show up. You gotta find them, locate them in some way, whether it's tracks or trail camera or eyewitness. You know, a lot of the people that tell you that they've seen wolves, I kind of take it with a grain of salt. Sometimes they are wolves, sometimes they're coyotes. You know, from a distance, it's hard to tell. I've been fooled too. If it's a black one, you know, in the eastern states, I've heard that on occasion they do see some black coyotes, but I've never heard of any out here. So if they're saying that they saw a black wolf, chances are it probably is. Unless you see it for yourself, though, it's still kind of iffy. There's an awful lot of people that kind of tell tales too. So they might mean well, they might think they are seeing what they're telling you they're seeing, and they might just be full of crap too. So anyway, I don't see much in this spot. Let's go down to where that bobcat was and see if there's any tracks there. Boy, what a pretty day it is up here. I wish it was like this down at the house. Blue sky, and it's a lot warmer actually. It's colder down low. All the cold air settled down there in the valley floor where we live, and up here on the mountaintop it's a lot nicer. YouTube doesn't like gun stuff much, but I got a lot of really neat ones. This is one of them. This is a 1901 Remington rolling block. The reason they call it a rolling block is the way you load it. You cock that back, and then there's a block that rolls back out of the way. It's a single shot. This is a neat little cartridge. It's a 219 improved zipper. What it is, it's a 30-30. It's been necked down to 22. It's comparable to the low end of a 22-250. There are a few elk tracks here. If there's wolves here, they should be most likely following the elk. So far, though, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, these are all just rabbit. About this one. Oh, that's another rabbit. Well, just keep looking. Sooner or later, I'm bound to run into a few, hopefully. Okay, now this is neat. Talk about pretty. Look at that layer of fog in the valley there. Almost looks like a big frozen lake. Like I say, you get above it and it's a pretty day. Blue sky and sunshine. And you get down into there and it's cold, dreary, and full of miserableness. Those tracks. Yeah, those are people. And those are elk. It's this one over here. I bet it's an elk too. Yep, that's elk. Funny, I haven't seen any more mountain lion tracks either. That might have just been the one, but boy, if it was just a lone one, traveled a long ways. I mean, probably 15 miles. We found it and found the tracks in 4 different places, so I don't know if it was more than one or just a kitty cat on the move. It's kind of neat, right on the edge of the fog line here. This side you can just barely see the mountains over there. Maybe you can't even see them in the camera. It really is kind of amazing. I mean, just 100 yards behind me, it's sunny and warm. Not so much here. Here they come. Dang dogs. Okay, you filled the truck full of snow. I shouldn't let them do that, but they, oh man, they like it so much, it's hard to tell them no. Stop and shovel that out. Well, dogs, that game's probably over with for the year. You're getting the truck all wet, car seat. Bush biting season is over, sorry. This is a good spot for them, though. They know it too. Look at them. Yeah, we tried. Well, this is the trail that bobcat was on. So far, I'm not seeing tracks of any kind. Not even rabbit. Can't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the log that bobcat jumped over. I'll use him for the start of this video and probably the finish of it too, but I'm pretty sure he was right here. He might have been up a little further, I don't remember now. So far, not seeing any tracks of any kind. Perfect spot right there for a snare. Trail goes right up through there. But there's no tracks. I don't remember for sure when it snowed last. It's been a while. I mean, something should have walked by now. I don't even see any that's buried under the snow. Not overly promising. Oh, shoot. Guess that's about all I got for today, folks. Thanks for watching, anyway. Need to find some critters. Thanks for watching. See you later. Next time, maybe, huh? Nothing else, it's pretty. Big old rocky crags and things like that. There ought to be a bobcat around here somewhere. There's got to be pack rats and things up in those rocks.